Another day, another story. The Great Depression looms as one of the darkest chapters in modern history, leaving a lasting impact on economies worldwide. At the heart of this economic catastrophe lies the gold standard, a monetary system that tied currencies to gold reserves. In this video, we will delve into the role of the gold standard in exacerbating or mitigating the effects of the Great Depression, and explore the reasons behind the subsequent abandonment of this once-revered system by major economies. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the gold standard emerged as a symbol of economic stability and sound monetary policy. Countries pegged their currencies to a fixed amount of gold, instilling confidence in investors and promoting international trade. The system's proponents argued that this anchoring of currency to a tangible asset would prevent inflation, currency fluctuations, and ensure fiscal discipline. One of the prime examples of the gold standard's appeal was the United States, which adopted it in 1900. For decades, the US dollar's value was backed by gold, providing an aura of security and trust among global investors and financial institutions. The stability it brought helped foster economic growth and prosperity in the early 20th century. Despite its initial successes, the gold standard's limitations became apparent during the Great Depression. The crash of the U.S. stock market in 1929 triggered a domino effect, pushing numerous countries into a severe economic downturn. As businesses collapsed, unemployment surged, and banks failed, governments found their hands tied due to the rigid constraints imposed by the gold standard. Under the gold standard, governments were compelled to maintain fixed exchange rates, often at the expense of domestic economic needs. This led to a vicious cycle of deflation, as countries tried to preserve their gold reserves by reducing the money supply. This, in turn, intensified the economic contraction and prolonged the agony of the Great Depression. The gold standard exacerbated the Great Depression by limiting the flexibility needed for countries to implement appropriate monetary policies. With gold as the ultimate arbiter of value, nations were unable to undertake expansionary measures like lowering interest rates and increasing the money supply to stimulate growth. The United Kingdom, which had adhered strictly to the gold standard, faced immense economic challenges during the Great Depression. In 1931, faced with a dwindling gold reserve and increasing unemployment, Britain made the difficult decision to abandon the gold standard. The shift allowed the country to regain some control over its monetary policy, giving its economy a chance to recover. As the Great Depression lingered, the gold standard's appeal dwindled, and countries started reconsidering their adherence to this once-revered system. By the mid-1930s, several major economies, including the United States, France, and Canada, had effectively abandoned the gold standard, opting for flexible exchange rates instead. And in 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt enacted the Emergency Banking Act and took the United States off the gold standard. By devaluing the dollar against gold, he aimed to stimulate exports, boost economic activity, and increase employment. This marked a significant departure from the gold standard and showcased a willingness to prioritize domestic economic recovery over adherence to a rigid monetary system. Finally, the gold standard's role in exacerbating the Great Depression cannot be overlooked. As economies worldwide struggled to cope with the devastation, the inflexibility of the gold standard hindered effective responses and perpetuated the crisis. The subsequent abandonment of the gold standard by major economies signaled a shift towards more flexible monetary policies, which played a crucial role in the eventual recovery from the Great Depression. While the gold standard left a profound impact on economic history, it also serves as a reminder that adapting to changing circumstances and learning from past mistakes are essential for fostering resilience and growth in times of crisis. Thanks for watching.